In today's news for you, a traveling tribute to those who lost their lives on 9/11. The 9/11 Never Forget exhibit is a 1,000 square foot interactive museum that travels across the United States. It was created by the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Stephen Siller was a New York firefighter who died at the World Trade Center as he worked to save others on September 11, 2001. Jack Oehm also worked to save lives that day. He's a retired battalion chief of the Fire Department of New York and my guest, along with Dan Hennigan, who is the Tunnel to Towers chairman for South Carolina. And Dan, you live here in South Carolina, but you're an honorary battalion chief in New York City, from Brooklyn originally. Jack, if you'll take us back to that day several years ago, you lost a 30-year battalion.
That's correct.
Tell our viewers what that must have been like.
Well, it was a tough day for everybody involved. New York City firemen, New York City first responders, all of New York and all of the country, because we didn't really know what was happening to our city and to our country on that day. The first responders, in my mind, we were just doing our job like we always do, day in and day out. I always knew the New York City Fire Department was the greatest job in the world, still is. And I'm proud of what we did that day to rescue and help people, and we continue to do that today.
And this exhibit has come to town, and it's going to be available for you to see tomorrow and Thursday. I'll give you the details on that in a moment. Dan, it's so important that people not forget, and this is certainly one way for that to happen.
Absolutely. That's really why we're here, so we never forget. And the support from the community, General Becker out there, Fort Jackson, General Livingston. I mean, so many people are rallying around the Tunnel to Towers, so we don't forget. And it's a statewide initiative, and we want to create a tradition here. And you know, the mobile exhibit that's here gives an opportunity for those people who've never been to Ground Zero. They get a chance to learn about the history of 9/11, and I invite everyone to come out and tour the mobile exhibit.
Absolutely. And when you were giving the tours today, what were some of the reactions and responses you received from people?
Generally, we get the same reactions and responses. People are the same anywhere you go. People are moved, emotional, crying. It touches a nerve. It brings back memories of where they were, what they were doing, maybe the people they lost in their lives. So it's basically the same wherever we go, but we want to reinforce that people never forget, like Dan says. And the younger generation maybe not be learning this in school, so we want to teach them what happened to us as a nation so it never happens to us again.
And we've seen some of the video of the display, and it's a wonderful learning project, not just for students, but for all of us as adults as well. The exhibit's going to be at the State House tomorrow from 9 to 4 and at Hilton Field at Fort Jackson on Thursday from 7:30 a.m. until noon. And meantime, I want to ask you, what do you appreciate about our first responders, people like Jack and Dan? Go right now to Twitter and send me a tweet with your notes of thanks for them. I'm at Dawndy WISTV. I'm going to air some of your comments at the end of the show. Gentlemen, we appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
All that you've done and continue to do for us.
Thank you.
Ben, check out the forecast.
All right.